Hey there, friend, fellow maker. Taking a break from Bender this week. I needed a break, and maybe you needed a distraction. So we're going to do a small project from start to finish today that'll keep our minds busy, and when we're done, we'll have something really useful. We're going to make a tape mate. This is something that our friend Laura Kampf came up with. She makes and sells them herself and encourages people to make them. It's a strap for holding onto your tape measure that you can clip pretty much anywhere, and we can add some other features to that. So I've got all of my materials right here. I've got straps, buckles, and everything else we're gonna need. Let's do a nice cozy little project today. This is the container we use for buckles and slides and all sorts of stuff, and I just picked up some of these clips. These are the spring-loaded clips that Laura really likes for a lot of things, especially her tape mate. They've got a really strong spring in there. So this is what we're gonna be using today. In here we have all of our straps, nylon webbing mostly. Some of this stuff is, let's see, this is canvas, I think. What width do we need? This is about 1 inch wide. That's probably what we have to go with. In fact, this green is really nice. Maybe I go with the green? That or white or black. We have so many options. In fact, this is a strap from an old camera bag. Let's use this. Let's not use anything new. Let's start with this right here. I like this strap. I've also got some elastic here because I want to put a pencil holder right next to that. I think this wide elastic will be perfect for holding a pencil in place. The tape measure I'm using is just a small 12-foot one. This will be an imperial one. You can swap out for metric if that's the way you roll. In fact, we've got a few metric ones lying around here. Let's figure out roughly how long our strap needs to be. So here's the arrangement for the tape mate. The strap goes around the bottom through here and then back on itself, and it'll get sewn right here to help hold that in. It'll also get held in with a screw, but the two ends will cut that. Those will get sewn together right there. So let's cut this to length, I suppose. At least I have lots of straps, so if I goop this up, I can do it again. But I think I can cut this right there. And that's the gist of it right there. We need to sew this in, we need to sew this in. In fact, I should probably take this clip off. It won't have the clip on it when we're using it, so we can get a good idea of where I should sew this thing. Off you go. And this is going to go probably on my right side. And the idea is you have it hanging on your hip, and then you can pull out a tape measure whenever you need it. Just super duper handy. So let's see, this is going to get sewn pretty much like right there. I guess I should get some sewing clips to hold that together. It's gonna go together right there. Although I need to sew right there. That looks pretty cool. Now Laura put a magnet right there. She had a magnet with a hole through it. I don't have any magnets with holes through them. So maybe I'll hold off on that. But I do want to add a piece of elastic right like this. Yes, so that I can have a pencil go right in there. So let's cut a piece of that. And that needs to go, I should probably sew this on first. It'll be easier to do. It needs to be pretty tight. Okay, I have a plan. Let's get the sewing machine. Let's get everything situated. Here we go. Cool. Not sure I did all this in the right order. Let's try and get this part stitched on. This is the elastic. And down you go. All right. All right, let's see if our tape measure still fits in there. That's gonna fit in. Oh, it's snug. There will be a screw right there to hold it. Let's test our pencil holder, which is a little off kilter. But let's see if it works. Oh yeah, probably make a shorter, shorter pencil, but that works great. Okay, let's finish sewing the rest of this thing. Tell you what, I needed this. I needed a small project today. Actually, what I don't need is that right there. Needed something I needed to do something and finish it. The world's a pretty chaotic place. Whoop. And we try and stay up to date with what's going on in the world, but it can be too much. Oh boy. Just like 3 layers was too much for this sewing machine. Oh, we got it. Awesome. So yeah, I like to stay up to date with what's going on in the world, but when it can be too much, I need a distraction. The ways I like to distract myself are video games and YouTube videos, of course. But also I like to make things with my hands because it makes me feel better. And for a brief period of time, I can focus entirely on some small project and then have that endorphin rush I get when it's all done. That's what I'm looking for today. Should have used the cell right. There we go. You know what? I didn't have the foot put down that whole time. I'm going to do that again. Oh, it's so much better. Whoop. I'm going to redo that one. So what are some of your favorite ways to distract yourself from a crazy world? Let me know down in the comments. I think we're just about done. We have to add our tape measure. Next we need to figure out where the hole is going to go for the screw. There. I can punch a hole there. This is my leather hole punch, useful for so much more than just leather. All right. That should line up right there. And then I have this washer here, this nice pretty washer for our screw. That should finish it off very nicely. All right, this we don't need anymore. Of course, I'll save it. Don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I'll need it, I'm sure. There is our tape mate with a pencil holder. This pencil might be a little long. Actually, let me have a saw right here. Let's do this. There we go. Now I have a second, even smaller pencil that I'm going to keep. There it is. There is our fun little tape mate. I love the green. These clips are awesome. Let's try it on and see how it works. The idea is that this clips right onto your belt like that. It's pretty darn secure. You can also clip it up ways if you want, if you got to be creative. This is nicer than having this clipped directly to your belt. I don't know about you, but if you're in the car, you have a seatbelt there, or you try and reach for it with your shirt in the way, having the tape measure on your belt really kind of sucks. So the idea is this is in a nice accessible place. When you need to measure something, you've got it right there. And I even have a little pencil for when I need to make my marks. I love this thing, and it's gonna follow me around the shop everywhere I go, and then I'll never have to be looking for one, even though there's like 20 of them down here and I can never find one. This one will live with me. There is our wonderful little one-day project. Honestly, it only took like half an hour. Laura says she likes to make these things for her shop while she's hanging out in the evening. Instead of doom scrolling on her phone, she'll assemble these things. And I think that's a pretty great way to spend your evenings as opposed to being on social media all the time. So if you find that the world is a bit too much, head out into your shop and do a little project. Get something finished. It'll make you feel a lot better, just like this has done for me. So thanks, Laura, for the inspiration. We'll have a link to some videos on her tape mates where you can go watch down below. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks goes out to the members of our Extra Credit Club for their financial support. You can help us out over on YouTube memberships or Patreon, and we now have monthly subscriptions for Patreon. For just $5 a month, you can help us out. It does a ton to keep the lights on around here. Thanks again so much for watching. We'll see you in the next build. Bye.